Welcome to my channel Living Linux. In my previous video I showed you how to build a new kernel for Armbian with their build tool. In this video I want to have a look at how to create a complete image. So you have to get the same build tool, so just git clone this URL and then go into that directory. And when you go to the documentation, I'll put a link to this page in the description of the video. So here they have the example commands, and this is an example to build an image. Now, I showed you in my previous video to get the name of the board. You can just start this shell script without any parameter behind it, just this command. And you will get to a menu where you can choose the board, and there you will see the board names. So instead of current, I went with Edge. So they will have newer packages, and at the time of this video, instead of kernel 6.12, you get 6.14. And I skipped the chat applications. This refers to the Ubuntu release name. So I ended up with a command like this. So in my case, Radxa rock 5b, edge branch. I skipped the chat applications and I went with the noble Ubuntu release. I also noticed that you might want to install libopengl 0, because otherwise some applications that want to use OpenGL, they're not going to work properly. And yeah, especially if you want to test the Vulkan driver, then just add the Oibaf PPA with the command here. And after that, just do sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. And from there, you should be good to go. Now, also in my previous video, I showed you myrktop. So I already have this running here. He did an update recently, and then I lost the GPU output, and it's this line. So here it says that if it can't find the load or the frequency, then it will return nothing. So in case, as in my case, you do get the frequency, then you still get nothing. So I just replaced this or with an and then it started working. So here is that script. And where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah, I changed it into and then it works. So now let's do my usual test. So WebGL Aquarium. And we get 5,000 fishes. 47, 48. Just shy of 50 frames per second. So I don't see any improvements from the last time that I tested it. Now, Big Buck Bunny, as you can see here, AV1, I set the resolution to 4K. Did I? I thought I set it to 4K. Oh, now it switches to VP9. So let's see. Well, 4K is still a bit too much. But if we go back to 1440p, so you might still have an occasional dropped frame, but yeah, without these stats for nerds, then probably you do not see it. So yeah, it looks like that the RK3588 is getting more and more complete, and it can give you a reasonable desktop experience. Now, one of the other things is just a test with some local video files, and unfortunately 4K is a bit too much. So this really stutters. So I guess video decoding, that still needs some work. But let's just say something a bit less demanding, because Big Buck Bunny is 4K 60 frames per second. This one is 4K widescreen, so it doesn't have the full 4K resolution, because let's just say it's cinema widescreen. But it even plays with VLC.
We have main engine start.
So you can see here 24 frames per second. And roughly 4K resolution.
You're a jerk, Tom.
Look, Celia, we have to follow our passions. You have your robotics, and I just want to be awesome in space.
Why don't you just admit that you're freaked out by my robot hand?
I'm not freaked out by it's.
So there's
All right, fine. I'm freaked out. I'm having
one
nightmares
setting
being
that
chased
I
by these
changed,
giant
and that is the video
Myrktop.
output. I set it to XVideo output. And
robots' memories.
yeah, 4K 60, that's a bit too much, but we're almost there. We're almost there. And well, I already showed Vulkan in my previous video, but yeah, just to show you that also with a complete image, you can try to test RPCS3. And let's just try MotorStorm. So let's just say when we try to get to the gameplay, then in my previous video I said it will encounter a fatal error, but it was only freezing. I didn't show a fatal error. So let's see what it does now. And I guess for some reason when I'm recording this, it doesn't encounter the fatal error. But yeah, it doesn't get past this point. Well, perhaps it's because I ran this for a second time, who knows, that it behaves a bit different. So anyway, when you try to build your image, then it should get built in the build directory from Armbian, output, and then images. So at the time of this video, as you can see here, I got kernel 6.14.2 and the image is 4.9 gigabytes. So I think it's mainly just downloading a lot of packages and then putting everything together. It's not really compiling, well, at least not much. So yeah, you need a fast internet connection. And yeah, I'm running from a micro SD card, so probably with an NVMe drive you can do it even a bit faster, but for me it was around 17 minutes. So I think for a complete image that's a reasonable amount of time. And you could argue that it's not really building from source, that it's just mostly downloading the packages, but still I think 17 minutes is reasonable for a complete image. So anyone that wants to try, let's just say, a beta of Armbian, or yeah, perhaps it's more like a development version of Armbian, then yeah, it's fairly easy to do and it doesn't take too much time, and you can even do it on your own single board computer. So this is all for now, and I hope to see you again in my next video.